Hello, I am Panos Kotzathanasis, and this is ASEAN Movie Pulse Interviews. Today I'm here with Chihiro Ikeda, whose film Insomniacs After School is screening in Fantasia. How are you, Chihiro-san?
でもいいです。
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Okay, great. So, first question, has she ever suffered from insomnia?
Insomnia はかかったことは
あります。
Okay, all right.
後半の頃。
from between I was 15 and 20 years old. Yes, I did.
Okay. And was that the reason that you chose the particular novel to adapt to a movie? Or what was the reason?
この原作を選んだのはそれがきっかけなんですか？
それもありますけど、それよりも、原作の中に生きてる高校生が体験することが、自分が高校の時に体験したことにとても似ていて、すごい共感したんです。それが最初のきっかけ。
Well, yes, partly, but also because the characters that are featured in this manga are going go through things that I really relate to on a personal level when I was younger. So it's mostly for that I chose
it. Can she tell us a bit more about those things that she relates to? What are they?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that question one more time?
Can she tell us a bit more about those things that she relates to from the novel, from the original?
その共感したものは例えば
彼らが主人公たちが認められない自分の存在が世界の中からはみ出しちゃって感じていて、で学校の中でも地味で目立たない存在なんだけど、自分の居場所を作るために世界に対して一生懸命窓を開いて進んでいくっていう、その流れが私も体験したことだ。映画を通してですか？
Well, the main characters have some things that they're trying to accept about themselves, right? In this story, and they're learning to step into the world and learning to open the windows gradually to the outside, even though they're trying to be as subdued and discreet as possible as they can while they're at school. And in that turmoil, they're looking for their own place in life. They're looking for for themselves, and that's something that I really like portraying because I relate to that. I've been there before.
Okay. This movie and also a lot of Japanese movies these days deal with characters, the protagonists are introverted, let's say. Is that the reality of Japanese society, that there are a lot of people who are introverted nowadays?
その作品に見えるキャラクターたちがみんな結構閉じ込めているような世界ですね、人がですね。で、それが日本の人たちを一緒に日本の人ってみんなそうなんですか？そういうイメージじゃないですか？
みんながそうではないですね。やっぱり、オープンな人もいれば、閉じてる人もいればということですけど、この日本で作られる高校生の作品って、オープンな人を主人公にすることが多いですよ。でそれがこの漫画、そしてこの映画は、あえて目立たない自分の殻に閉じこもってしまう子を主人公にするっていうことにトライした。
Well, in the movies in Japan, you'll often see stories about students from that age that are really open-minded, and obviously everybody is not completely introverted in Japan. Some people are open, some are less, and a lot of what we see in the media and stories is that are students that are really out there, that are really extroverted, and so in my own movie, I I did my best to portray more students that are closer to themselves and that have a that are really trying the best that they can not to stand out in the crowd.
Mm-hmm. And can she describe a bit the parents of the two students? How would she describe them as characters of both of them?
その主人公たちの性格についてもっと説明いただけますか？
主人公たちの性格。なんか彼らは小さな田舎町に住んでいて、自分が周りと違うんじゃないかっていうことをすごい感じてる。それは異質なんじゃないか。不眠症であるっていうことがそうさせてるんですけど、そこに自分の見回りと違うんじゃないかっていう思うあまり人にそのことを伝えられないで思い悩んでしまうっていう。でもこれって確かに思春期に日本の思春期の人たちには多くあることなのかもしれない。なんかただそこから自分自身の窓を開けるかどうかっていうことは人によって違うと思う。性格ね、なんかそういう。
Well, my characters are live in a small city, right? And they're wondering if there's something wrong with them. There's wondering if they're really different from other people around them, and it can be sometimes misunderstood as being a social of being unable to socialize properly, and they're really struggling to tell people about that. So I don't know if you can call that a personality, but I feel that this is something that a lot of people encounter. A lot of people when they reach puberty in Japan, that's something that is not that rare. They're wondering, like, is it really okay for them to open themselves, to open the window to the world?
But can you also talk a bit about their parents, though, the father of the male protagonist and the mother of the female protagonist?
で、その主人公たちの親たちについては、
はい、親たち。まあ、この映画の中の親たちっていうのは、ちゃんと、子供に対して愛情はあるんですね。愛情を持ってるんだけど、これが日本的なのかもしれないですけど、愛してるよってこう抱きしめるっていうことを日常的にしない。だから、どこかで、愛してるけど、そのことを伝えるということをしてない。だから、子供の側も、親が自分のことを大事にしてるかっていうことに確信が持てない。っていう、ちょっとしたこう、すれ違いが最初あるんですね。そこから問題が起こることによって、お互いの気持ちをちゃんと伝え合わなければいけないということに気づくまでを描いて、親よりも実は主人公の一人の妃っていう女性がおばさんとおばさんとのシーンがあるんですけど、そこの関係性の方が私は興味深いと思っていて、自分の血のつながった親じゃなくて、自分と同じ病気だった亡くした親、昔から知ってるおばさんっていう少し距離があると言ってくれる他者が、言えること、伝えられることっていうのがある。それが私は大事かなと思って。
Well, first, I don't know if it's a really typical Japanese thing or not, but anyway, parents don't really clearly show or tell their love to their children. They don't really tell them "I love you" as much. They don't give them hugs as much, and well, they're not really clear about their feelings, and so the children don't have this certainty really about their parents. And it's when problems arise that then they are all forced to kind of communicate their feelings, even though it's so difficult. And yeah, there's one character in the story. She's called Isaki, and she has a really interesting relationship with an older woman that is not her mother. And I thought it was really interesting because she is an other, she is an outsider, yet she's able to say some things to Isaki that her parents perhaps could not. They have similarities too. Like the woman has had hardships and illness that is similar to that of Isaki, and so that's something that I really had a lot of fun trying to portray.
And can she give us some details about the casting of the movie and how was her cooperation with Nana Mori and Daiken Okudaira?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that one more time?
If she can give us some details about the casting and how was her cooperation with Nana Mori and Daiken Okudaira?
そのキャストとの協力については何か、何か言えることがありますか？
主人公を演じた森七菜さんと福平大賢、この2人とは3人で一緒にこうタッグを組んでずっと進んでいたっていう感じだったんですよね。だから彼らがすることをどれだけ私が大きく受け止められるかっていうことをずっとトライしていて、でその上で物語からははみ出ないラインを見ていく。だからずっと2人とは一回じゃあやってみようっていう、トライしてみようっていうのが合言葉になって、こう、なんて言うんでしょう。脚本の通りにお芝居を作るんじゃない。今からこの脚本がベースではあるけれども、一回やってみよう。生きてみよう。そしたらどうなるかそこから考えようっていうトライしながら3人で役を見つけていった感じですね。
Well, my two main actors, Mori Nana and Okudaira. Yeah, they didn't they were really looking for their own characters as we went with the filming, and our kind of our catchphrase was well, let's try and see what it does. So we had the script, of course, but we used it more like a base in order to figure out then in front of the camera how it plays out. And they learned their character as they went, and so that's something that we did all together without really having clear instructions.
And last question, I guess, if she can give us some details about the location the film was shot, and particularly how she found the observatory that features in the film.
その撮影場所について、特にそのオブザーバトリーが見つけた場所について。
そうか、じゃあそれよ。石川県の七尾市っていうところを撮影していて、で、普段あまり撮影してない場所なんですね、その土地自体が。で、ファーストシーンとラストシーンで印象的に出てくる海沿いの道があるんですけど、主人公が夜明けを迎える。そこは本当にロケハンしてる中で、たまたま通りかかった場所を気に入って、撮影したところです。本当に発見したっていう場所です。で、そこで、ファーストシーンの夜明け撮ってるんですけど、実は、ロケハンに5回、6回行ったんですけど、夜明けの時間を調べるために何回も行ったんですけど、1回もロケハンの時に太陽が出なかったんですよ。なんですけど、本当にその撮影の当日の朝だけ見事な朝日が出てくれて、そこはすごいラッキーっていう場所です。そう、朝の朝焼けの時間の色の違いを見るために、5、6回来ました。 行ったけど、一回もそこでは曇り空で太陽出なかった。その本番の時だけ太陽が出てくる。
So the movie was filmed in the prefecture of Ishikawa in Japan, in a city called Nanawashi, and it's a place that is really barely ever used for filming. So um, the the place at the beginning and end of the movie where they are close to the water is actually a place that I discovered by completely by accident, and that I really liked when I discovered it. Um, and we went actually 5 or 6 times on the location to at daybreak in order to really capture the changing of the sky. And we were lucky because most of the time even though it's usually really cloudy and we can't see the sun, well, when we went, we actually did see the break of dawn, and we were able to capture it.
And which would you say was the hardest moment during the shooting, if there was any?
撮影の間一番難しかった。
ああ、難しかったこと、今日本ってとても暑いんですけど、主人公たちが居場所にする学校の天文台の中がエアコンもない場所で、36度から40度ぐらいの気温の中で撮影してて、ほとんどサウナみたいな感じで、それは本当に大変だったんですけど、まあ、見事に演じる2人は、その暑さを顔に出さずに芝居してくれてて、全然、ね、感じないんですけど、撮影の時そこは大変でした。暑い。
Well, I think the hardest part was when we were filming at school in the observatory of the school of the two protagonists. The observatory doesn't have any air conditioning, as you can guess. So it sometimes it could become a real sauna in there. The temperatures were really high, and so my two actors had to pretend and had to theatrically pretend that they were not hot, and we didn't see any sweat on their faces. And I think that they still were able to manage it really well. So I'm proud of them.
Okay. And what is her opinion about the Japanese movie industry at the moment?
I'm sorry, one more time.
What is her opinion about the Japanese movie industry at the moment?
一般的に日本の映画についてはのご意見は
ああ、今、日本映画界は非常に苦しい状況だと私自身は思っています。だから、どうしてもヒットさせようとして、えー作られる映画の幅がすごく狭くなっちゃってる。映画っていろんな種類の映画があっていいはずなのに、どうしても漫画原作だとか派手だとか、そういう映画ばかりになってしまっていて、なんて言うんでしょう、中身を深く掘る作品、商品だけれどもいい作品っていうのが昔はもっとあったのに、それが作られにくくなってしまっている。だからお金が出ないと、そこがすごい問題だなという。いろんな種類の作品があっていい。いろんな傾向の作品があっていいと思うんですけど、それが、ね、今なくなっちゃってるところですね。
I think it's a really hard place to be working in because trying to make your movie a hit means that you have to keep to a certain set of genres, like based off a manga uh, or things like that. Even though cinema is such a diversified thing, and we should be able to see lots of different kinds of movies. But I feel that movies nowadays tend to really dig deep into their own niche genres. Otherwise, they don't get funds at all. So I wish that we really had more opportunities for diversity in cinema.
予算が 厳しいことが多いですね。豊かじゃなくなってるなっていうこと。その中でも私たちは工夫して知恵を絞っていい作品にしようとしてるわけですけど、やっぱりどうしても予算が苦しくなって、人材が少なくなって、これもすごく大きな問題になって、教育の面から本当は映画を日本でちゃんとフォローしていくっていうことが必要だなという。
And there's another thing too. It's that the budgets tend to be really strict as well. Like we really don't feel like it's a wealthy process anymore. And of course, it comes with its set of difficulties, and among which not having enough staff, not being able to hire enough people. And there's also something about education in Japan as well that I think we should pay a closer attention to because, well, I feel that there's a need there too.
Okay. And last question, can she tell us a bit about her future project, what she will be working on next?
最後の質問、これからの計画はありますか？
あります。今ちょうど日本で放送している、連続ドラマ、テレビドラマも、撮っていたんですね。それが今ちょうど編集している最中です。で、来年撮影する予定の映画も今動いているんですけど、それも漫画原作。そっちは、君は放課後インソムニアよりも、よりファンタジックになりそう。
Yes, I do. I actually have one television drama that is airing at the moment. And for next year, I have a project for another movie based on a manga, and it's going to be more fantastic than the one that is up this year.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay, bye. Have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.